One more day of heat alerts before we start talking about flooding rain in southern Arizona. I'm meteorologist Joe Martucci. Thanks for clicking on this video today. We are talking about excessive heat warnings for Tucson and the suburbs going all the way west in the county towards Ajo here. This is in effect through 8 p.m. tonight. Now, the reason why we have this excessive heat warning because you could get heat exhaustion or heat stroke if you're outside for a long period of time. Yes, I know it's summer. Yes, I know it's southern Arizona, but these temperatures still well above average for this time of the year, and it can bring a whole host of impacts to your body here, and you want to make sure you either take it easy or if you're seeing any of those symptoms on the right-hand side of your screen, call 911. Here's a look at our heat records Tuesday in southern Arizona. We broke the record high temperature in Tucson by a degree. And speaking of Tucson, we also broke the warmest low temperature by 3 degrees. We broke the record low by 3 degrees here. That's something you don't see too often. The reason why we have this record heat is because we continue to have a ridge of upper level high pressure in the desert southwest. And that continues to pump the heat over us and allow the sun to really cook the ground. But as we go into Thursday, that ridge of high pressure weakens. And it reappears as we go into Labor Day weekend. But by that point, it's already over places like Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas, where they will get the heat. Meanwhile, we'll be more seasonable for this time of the year. We'll take a look at our high temperatures for today. We're getting up to 104 in Tucson, 109 in Casa Grande, 107 in Ajo. Then as we go into Thursday, more seasonable temperatures for this time of the year, only around 100 in Tucson. And then we drop right to the 80s as we go into Friday. But it is going to be humid out there, and we are talking about the risk for flash flooding. We'll talk about that in a minute. Low temperatures for your Wednesday night, 80 in Tucson. Notice that difference. East of Tucson, much cooler than west of Tucson here, and that's because, in part, of that high pressure that's overhead. And by the time we get to Thursday night, it's a more seasonable night across all of the area. So we could be talking about new records in Tucson as we go into the next 36 hours. We have a puncher's chance of breaking that record high temperature on Wednesday. 107 degrees is the record. We should likely wind up a few degrees shy, though. The record warmest low temperature for today, I think we got that because we already dropped down to 84 this morning, and I don't see us getting below 81 by midnight tonight. It's the warmest low temperature in a 24-hour period. Thursday's record high looks to be safe. Record's 107. Now we'll turn to flooding, and we are in a level either 1 or 2 of 4 risk for flash flooding as we go into Friday as that monsoonal moisture makes its way into the area. When you get into a slight risk, that means that we're talking about scattered areas of flash flooding possible. Those green areas mean isolated areas of flash flooding possible. So it's really then that I-10 corridor that we are watching mainly for the risk of flooding rains. We'll talk to you more about that as we go forward into the week. For the Lee Weather Team, I'm meteorologist Joe Martucci. Make sure to check out and subscribe to our Across the Sky podcast. New episodes come out every Monday, and we have an episode from a few days ago about the heat in Arizona.